But yeah,
Any more
so
than Karth needs additional. Uh,
let me mute real.
anything.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Certainly sounds like it.
so I told Sign this yesterday, and now I will inflict it upon you, fellows. So I had to deal with someone who was remoting into their work computer from their home computer. Their home computer was their home computer. We did not manage it. We don't have our shit on it, so we can't connect to it, right? The user
Okay.
is retarded. Like, really retarded. Like, I'm talking genuinely might have been below 70 IQ. Retarded.
Okay.
They called their home computer their VPN. Their computer was their work computer. And they think to restart their work computer, they need to close the VPN, aka reboot their home computer.
Yeah, it was painful.
They have no understanding of the fact that they are remotely connecting to this computer. They just don't. They did not understand the existence of anything. Like, it was so bad. We have a program that we can direct people to download for one-time assistance setups. This person was so stupid. They did not understand that their home computer had internet.
No.
Excuse?
I
This is
tried. So
painful.
I was trying to get them reconnected because I was, I'm walking them through. I'm like, okay, well, go to the website and blah blah blah. And they're like, I can't go there. I can't connect to my computer. I was like, no, on your home computer. What do you mean? I only have my VPN.
This is giving me a headache, and I barely even understand.
Exactly.
Welcome to IT psychic damage.
Yeah. How do you think I felt trying to
Yeah.
walk him through it?
I love that every time, consistently, I'm like, maybe I should try looking for like a remote IT job at least. Sneak comes in with a story to remind me of why I don't want to deal with IT again for a long time.
Oh, no. Dealing with IT is fine. Remote IT is 110% ass. Because you have to deal with people who shouldn't be using computers.
Yep.
And also shouldn't be driving or voting.
Or
Yeah.
honestly, continuing to breathe.
I mean, I'm fine with them breathing. I just don't want them breeding. I don't want them
I was gonna say, these
operating
people
heavy
breed.
machinery. I don't want them operating digital machinery. I don't want them voting. I don't want them running for political positions. I just want their line to silently die out at the ripe age of probably 45, because they're going to do something really retarded by then that's going to get themselves killed. And possibly other people.
No, somehow they survived to their 80s and 90s.
Sometimes, yeah. That's unfortunate.
That always seems to be the case. The dumb ones survive, the smart ones die early.
I think it's the stress. But yeah, no, so
probably.
it is beyond frustrating dealing with people like that, because it's just like, you don't even know the basic words of the device you're operating.
Nope.
And it honestly wouldn't be too bad if they didn't assume knowledge. Like, this guy just assumed what a VPN was, and then just confidently used that word completely incorrectly constantly throughout the conversation. And so I wasn't able to tell him to log back into the VPN, the actual VPN, because he didn't understand what I was telling him to do, because his understanding of what a VPN means was incorrect. And he was too stupid to understand me trying to correct him. Physically incapable of comprehending that he was saying it wrong. Despite me
That,
literally
or he
telling
might have
him.
just doubled down.
No, like, maybe, I don't think so. It was just a case of he did not understand. I tried explaining it to him in the simplest words possible. He just did not understand. And here's the thing with remote IT. You can get them frustrated enough to make them listen to you. He was frustrated. He still refused to listen to me. Not because he was being pedantic or resistive, but because quite literally, he was not capable of comprehending the words I was saying. He gets paid probably 3 to 4 times what I am.
Yep. That is the way of the world.
And that's why I drink. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about sign L's. Which,
Oh boy.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about that sneaky L too?
I was leading into that. I don't even remember what it was, but I did admit to Sign that I did have an L take. And Sign managed to hold on to that victory for a whole 16 hours.
Nah, I'm gonna be real sneaky. A normal person would hold to that for at least a day or two because that is so hard to get out of you sometimes.
No.
It's not
16
that I didn't hold on to
hours
it,
because
it's
he immediately
took
followed
me
it up with a massive L take. Like, such a massive L take, the entire
Oh.
server was dumping on him for it.
Oh, he canceled your L out. Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I meant by held on to it.
Oh,
No-
you poor fool.
Yeah, not that he let go of holding it over me, but that he literally could no longer hold it over me because
Alright, we're-
his L take was so immense.
We're gonna have to
So
come up with a new
girthy.
saying. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a new saying. We're gonna borrow an old one and adjust it for Sign. A Sign and his W's are soon parted.
Yes.
Indeed.
No, I did preface what I was saying by this is gonna be a bad take, but I knew
Guys,
what I was getting into.
I know I'm retarded, but
You should have stopped. The moment you voiced that, you should have had that moment of like, I'm gonna shut up. I will not say what I'm about to say.
man,
after
this
just admitting
wheel
out
really
loud
likes
that-
Danny Phantom. Damn, no, go away, Danny Phantom.
Is it time to remove Danny Phantom from the
We
wheel?
did. Yeah, we did. We hit
Give
it.
it the
Great.
Ruby treatment.
DXD! Let's go!
Oh. This is the. Hang on a minute. Ah, there we go. I was about to say. I cannot possibly be missing Sign L for a third week in a row.
You could.
You could.
It's happened to me.
In other news, Sign is succumbing to the Blue Archive.
I'm in
Sign.
the process of studying, quote unquote, so I
Sign,
can.
have some self-respect.
Atin, Sneaky made a very good argument. I'll
I
let
did.
him make it for me again. Go ahead, Sneaky.
Money printer. There's
Money
a
printer
lot
go
of
burr.
there's a lot of really thirsty Blue Archive fans on QQ, and
That's
all of the
very
Blue
true.
Archive stories are
Yes.
dog shit.
That's
And
very
I keep
true.
saying it, but I'll
The-
say it again. I like money. Okay, I
the-
like money.
Hey, that's totally fair, Mr. Krabs.
Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs?
Yes.
But listen, totally fair. Listen, I played Blue Archive for I think about 3 hours, 4 hours, and went nah. This is just. I was hoping they would reel the squick back. Nah, you just keep going deeper. I'm out, boys.
I gave it, I don't know, 2 or 3 days until the
See-
first implied romance. I'm like, nope, can't do this.
Yeah. See, that's my issue as well. Is
Well, because
that
I spent a bit of time like
Cross.
with the character, like doing like the characters, like, and I'm like, I don't like
the
the way the
gameplay's
direction
fun.
these are leaning.
I
Gameplay's
like
fine.
the mechanics.
Yeah, the gameplay's fun. I haven't
the
actually run
pull
across.
system isn't terrible. The material system isn't terrible.
Yeah.
I generally appreciate that they have a bunch of past events queued up now that you can go to anytime. They're giving
Yeah.
out tons of great characters for free. So yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I really appreciate everything they have going on, mechanics, structure-wise. Hell, even how they handle the character interaction is good.
The character interaction is good. The story in and of itself
The
is
story's
fine.
all right.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
just the
Fine.
ages of the people involved and the
Ugh.
age that you're implied to be
The
Okay,
the
so-
fact that they're all
kids.
High schoolers.
it.
Well,
It's the
some of
fact
them
that
some of them aren't in high school, son.
Not
Yeah.
all of them.
some
Yes,
some
there
of
a
them
few
are
that are not.
younger than that.
Some of
And
them.
I've
The-
only
the
played
oldest-
to.
I think
I've
the
only
oldest is
played-
17, and there's only a handful
No.
of those in comparison.
No, I've seen like 18 and 19-year-olds.
No.
In their
There's
bios.
at least 3 18-year-olds.
Yeah, there's only three
rest are
18-year-olds of all
16.
of the characters.
The
Yeah,
rest are
okay.
either 17 to 15,
No,
with
I'm
with very few younger.
I'm halfway through the Abydos arc, and I haven't seen any implied romance yet. I've seen a
No.
little
All
flirting
No,
of
no,
there
no,
is
it.
no.
no.
So there's
it
no
is in the
romance.
first- I'm sorry. It's within the first 2 days. It's part of the tutorial stuff, my guy.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no romance in the direct main quest story, but the romance is in the character relationship.
Yeah,
You mean
the
side
okay?
content.
The side content, ostensibly.
You mean the level up their affection stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
the-
To be clear,
The
it's
character
not even like
stories and the affection thing.
like everybody here is saying implied, which, to be clear, they will never out and out say anything, but they do things like, Sensei, will you please go to the candy store with me? And you do.
Yeah. Oh, see,
And, like,
that's
you're,
the thing,
you're there
right?
buying sweets with them. Like,
Yeah, like they're treating it like a
No.
date, and it's kind of like
Yeah.
this is a little bit
But
weird.
here's the thing. It's one of those things where it's like, as an adult, yeah, you might like, oh yeah, sure, I'll take this kid that I know and whatnot.
This is how
but
you properly treat
the-
Azuna.
The game
Yes.
has you. The game has you also lean into it as a date rather than just being like, I will
Yeah.
play along with the
Yeah.
student. Because I don't
That's
want to.
yeah.
I don't want to
that's-
have to crush their feelings until it goes too far.
Yeah, I think
they-
it's also the fact that it's like it would be one thing if you were more than the only adult around, but you're also kind of
Yeah.
literally the only adult around, and not only are you literally the only adult around, you're also a higher on the totem pole by a significant margin in terms of authority.
aren't you also
Well-
implied to be one of the only guys?
Yes.
Like,
Also,
The only
you're
human
not the
male.
You're not the only adult, but we don't actually see Nonomi's parents. They exist. They are the reason for her gold credit card.
Yes,
But
but
we
the,
don't
the
know where they
problem with
are or
Nanomi's
anything.
parents is that we don't actually even know if they are her parents or if they
Or
just
she's
adopted her.
adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, they are parents in the same way that Sora and Kairi and Riku have parents.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
they
absolutely
totally exist,
parents.
guys. Yeah.
They totally
Yeah,
exist,
it's-
but you've never heard them, and they're never. For fuck's sake, Roxas's parents have more lines of dialogue than Sora's parents, which is 2.
Yeah,
Roxas
so
has parents.
it's just like
Well, let me rephrase that. The digital artificial parents he was given
okay,
in Day to
okay.
Twilight Town, but that's still
Yeah.
more lines than Sora's parents got.
so
I
so yeah, it's not just the
Mm.
age thing, because if it was just the age thing, I would kind of just be like, roll my eyes, move on. It's whatever, Japan. But it's like the whole structure of everything where they're, and it's all kind of really depicted as all of the girls, all of their relationships are them effectively latching on to you,
Yes.
Deeply unhealthily.
which
that,
is
that
like,
I have noticed, yes.
which makes me feel really sketchy about the whole thing. It's because I'm just like, I really don't like the structure of all of this. But yeah, so that was. I like the characters. I like the game. I don't like the affection system. I don't like the fact that you have to up the affection system to get bonuses.
Yeah,
But
I think the
Money
game's
Printer
got some
Robot-
good character designs and
I
all.
would say-
Like
but yeah.
there are some
Oh,
solid
yeah,
designs.
it's a solid character.
Listen, there's some really fun characters in there.
Look,
Um,
any game that allows you to do combos is instantly upgraded in my view. There's several character squads that get bonuses for being a squad. There's some characters literally get special
I forgot about
combo
that.
ultimates because they are together.
Like,
And
if,
it's like,
if you've got
that's cool.
students from all one school, they get bonuses.
yeah.
I've heard mixed commentary on the original direction, but the guy who was giving me the commentary was a snake. Yeah. See, that's the main issue as well. And then finally, the last bit, it's a Nexon game, which means I don't trust the gacha system in it at all.
Understandable.
So far, I've been keeping track, and so far it is actually what they said on the tin. It is giving me what they promised, if not actually paying out more.
Yes,
The problem
but
is,
yeah,
it's not dropping as wide a variety of students as I'd like. But then again, I think that maybe because I'm doing the pulls specifically for the banners.
yeah.
So that
Well,
that
see,
may
that's
be
what.
it.
So here's the thing with Nexon. So the reason why I don't trust Nexon Gacha is because Nexon was found guilty, not just indicted for, found guilty for having active manipulation on the chest rolls. So it wasn't just, oh, the gacha rolls were just bad and they were telling people the wrong number. The more you rolled on the gacha, the worse the rolls got for you.
Yep.
They had dynamic gacha scaling.
Yep, not surprised.
Jesus.
Not surprised at all. That sounds like something one of those companies would do.
And it's the same reason why I don't digitally gamble.
Well, this is digital gambling. So
It is digital gambling, but I don't get money afterwards. I lose money.
True.
The house wins 100% of the time.
Yup.
Sneaky, what I meant with the comment, the post, this was regarding one of the original writers, and when I meant the snake, not the person telling me this, but the writer himself.
Mm.
He
So the
fucked
guy
over
betrayed him.
He was the main writer behind one of the main arcs that everyone loved, and he apparently was sabotaging the game. effectively.
Oh, yeah, he was part of the crew that left to go make their own game, right?
Yeah, yeah, and he had during this time had been positioning his friends or some other people on his side into positions of
Yeah.
power within like this company and shit, and he basically stole assets, left the company, and tried to make a new game or something, and it just they ended up getting sued by
They got
Nexon.
obliterated, rightly so, by Nexon because they were found using Nexon hardware, Nexon software, and Nexon work time to work on their
Is
game.
was that Dark and
and
Darker?
assets.
No.
Different game.
Okay, because I was like, 'cause
Different branch.
those guys, I would say, because Dark and Darker did not have.
So what they were trying to do was when they left the company, they had advertised using.
They
what
wanted to go
effectively
make their
was-
own Blue Archive with blackjack and
Yes.
swords.
Yes, effectively.
Fair.
It literally was just Blue Archive but with swords, and it got stomped the fuck out because no one was interested. They didn't have an actual game for like they tried to apparently sell it to Shift Up, who did Stellar Blade and Nikkei, didn't go through, and they ended up getting sued because they had stolen actual assets from Blue Archive.
And then not only was it stolen assets, they also were able to prove company malfeasance on the employees' end on how they handled the Blue Archive while they were working on Blue Archive.
Oh,
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, so like they basically did everything wrong. And it was really impressive how much they managed to fuck up just everything.
But regardless,
But yeah,
people love Blue Archive. They want Blue Archive, and they want somebody who can actually write to do it, and they're apparently willing to pay. So I guess we're doing Blue Archive now.
yeah, I was telling Simon, because basically like every story I've read for Blue Archive so far has effectively died at the Abydos arc, which is the first arc. Well, the first real arc. I'm not counting prologue. Basically everything dies at Abydos because everyone hits the wall of information. And so yeah, it's just like it's gonna if Sign manages to not fuck it up, I think it's gonna turn out the same way Tanya Outer Heaven and Zuko did.
Maybe better because, you know.
Depends.
True.
You were effectively first in class for Tanya, because we checked. I don't know if you were here for that. I think your network went out on Friday, but we checked, and you're like really close to the top with Tanya Outer Heaven.
It still hasn't beaten what's his face though.
Oh well, yeah, sure, but you're like
But
only
it's not going
600
to.
off.
Really?
You're like 600. Yeah, you're like 600 off from beating position 4. You're never gonna beat Jacob.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say,
You're
there's
getting
no
close to
way.
beating Gremlin Jack though.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, and then Zuko. I mean, obviously, you're never gonna beat the Avatar section with Zuko because the Avatar upswing was a decade ago.
Yeah. Well, no, with this whole new releasing season 3 thing, there might be some renewed interest, but it's never going to be as big as
It's
the
never gonna
first.
be as big as it was. Yeah, no.
No.
No Cyan-L macadamia. There is a net neutral balance of Cyan-Ls right now.
They canceled each other out.
Let's see what we got here. Harbinger of Ruin by King Nova Crimson. Why do I recognize that name? I feel like I recognize that name.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
He's probably shown up at one point or another on this stream with another story.
I am Kiba Yudo now. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bit of luck to survive this stupid erotic world.
Not really. Kiba's power is pretty fucking OP.
Swordbirth is like some of the most broken shit in existence right
You
next
are-
to Devil Power.
Emiya Shiro light, effectively. Like,
It's on
it
QQ.
is-
That would explain it. Yeah, I probably have this story on Ignore. Yeah, I
That
have
would do
this. I have the story on Ignore.
Yeah, that will do it.
Oh god! All right, well let's see. Let's all see, ladies and gentlemen, why I put this story on Ignore. So, it's about the 3K word chapters. They've been updating it for roughly, 4 months. So, give or take, it's pretty good. 500 favorites, 88 reviews. Are the reviews bots or not? Let's see. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, no, these are actual legitimate reviews, but a lot of them are kind of just dunking on him. Not like dunking, but
Amazing.
like, there's a lot of comments of, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why is this character acting this way? Why did you do this? Why did you do that?
Oof.
That's rough, buddy.
So, let's see here. Oh, hold on. Let me go prevent my AC from trying to extinguish the sun.
Hey,
That's,
it's better than my possessed light.
I'm sorry?
No,
Yeah,
Max,
his light will just go out.
No, okay, to be clear, Max and Sneaky have borne witness to my possessed light now.
Oh,
Yeah.
It will just turn itself on and off. The fan will just randomly start up and try
No,
to shake itself off.
No, I wasn't. I never went upstairs. My entire interaction with your house was ground floor and basement.
Thought you saw it. Well, Sneaky at least has seen it.
I will still forever fondly remember the one time I was in the basement and the basement lights all of a sudden shut off, and I just said out loud, "Hey, yeah, can you turn those back on? It's really fucking dark." And the lights came back on. I was just like, "Okay,
This isn't smart
Thanks.
home remote controlled shit, is it?
bro."
No, I mean, to be clear, it has a remote, but no, there is nothing smart about it. Like, nah,
Wait,
man,
are you
this
talking
is
about
just-
my story or his?
I think the answer is yes to both.
Because
Both.
no, my home is very, very, very old. Like built back in the '60s, old.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yep.
there's no smart home integration going on.
Yeah, that could be just normal bullshit.
See, you say that, but this is also the same place where my dad looked at me one day and said, "Sneaky, stop saying the home's haunted. It's not haunted." And then the light next to us exploded.
Ah. Oh.
And then he looked at me and said, "Okay, I retract my previous statement."
I retract my statement, and we talk no more of this.
Amazing.
But yeah, so that was something. Anyway, ha! A choking gasp escaped the lips of the young woman with the luscious black hair as she sat upright from her sleep, her voluptuous chest heaving boobily with each breath as sweat dripped down her form, while her wide eyes
No,
flickered
no,
to and
come on,
fro
Rested
across
boobily.
her.
Resting boobily.
Yes.
I don't make the rules.
Have you linked the story?
It's your podcast. You literally do.
Shut up, side. No
He's
one asked
constantly
you.
making the rules, and I'm constantly calling him out on something.
Ha!
Yeah,
It's
that's
just a nightmare, the young woman thought with relieved sigh as she fell back onto her bed, holding her chest with one hand to keep her boobs from slamming into her face, while still taking deep breaths as she looked up at the ceiling.
To be fair, that is a thing.
I
Girls
really
with
hate
big boobs have
that
to do.
he didn't add any artistic license to this.
No. No, that is a thing.
That's actually there.
I'm not even gonna. The nights of the young woman known as a Keno Himajime were usually calm. But there were some nights like tonight where she was haunted by the earlier stages of her life before she met her best friend and leader. She could remember the joyful years she experienced with her beloved mother and that bastard that calls himself her father. But then her family found out about not only about her, but also her parents' marriage. Why are you telling us this? Like, this is a DxD story. I'm assuming everyone reading a DxD story probably knows Akeno's lore, right?
Well, they've got to, build up. And yes, everyone reading DxD should know Akeno's lore, but not everybody does.
Yeah, fair. I'm gonna be honest with you. Being a DxD story, I almost read that as breast friend.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
yes, it's Rias. That is.
I'm aware. Yeah. Now, while the most would love nothing more than to marry their daughter to successful man, the bastard was slightly different in the fact that he was a sinful mythical creature, one that her family has fought for generations. So they decided that not only did she have to die as she was born from the unholy matrimony of the two, but but that her mother needed to die as well, seeing that she was the one who gave birth to a monster such as herself. To be truthful, Akeno cannot remember everything that happened that night, but what she can remember was her mother fighting her family with everything she got to give her daughter a chance to escape before being killed off by her own uncle as his way to show that he forgave her for her mistake. I'm sure they're hating the fact that that mistake is now alive and doing well while they are forced to not do anything lest they draw the wrath of the entirety of House Gremory. Akeno thought with amused smile as she stood up from her bed, revealing that she was wearing panties and nothing else, and words that I probably cannot get away with saying on Twitch were doing things in the air.
Yeah. Words you can't get away with. All right, then.
With sweat droplets slowly rolling down areas I probably also shouldn't specify.
No,
Possibly.
considering her age, probably not.
Did they get bigger, she says, as she starts to molest herself. We're gonna skip through that section. Rias Gremory was someone she expected to be bossy, rude, and spoiled, but as it turns out, only two of those were true. Her best friend was bossy when she wanted her way. As the heiress of the oldest devil houses in existence, she was most definitely spoiled. However, Rias Gremory was also one of, if not the nicest person Akeno has met in her life, save for maybe her mother and Rias' mother, Velena.
Been a lot.
While the red-haired girl wasn't busy nitpicking over the other two members of their little family, she was helping and mothering over Keno at all times, and while it was slightly annoying at some times, she did cherish the moments when her motherly affection helped her through the tough times. Okay, what part does any of this have to do with this self-insert isekai as Kiba?
Who knows?
Building up to them picking up Kiba, maybe? Because they haven't mentioned him at all yet.
Maybe has something to
So-
do with the relationship of Kiba being the party, like, or part of the peerage.
They
Yeah,
haven't
I-
mentioned him, though, so...
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I said just it's the build up with their relationship.
Yeah,
But I don't know
I
why
guess
they're
they're
spending
trying
so
to
much time.
explain the entirety of history. Again, this is the thing, right?
Yes.
That it's like he's doing it passively. Like, it's not as bad as some other stories that just have no fucking reason to be explaining the entirety of the backstory of what's going on in a narrative at the time period that they're doing it. Like, it's like, no kid is sitting in class thinking about, like, the past 5 years of their life and how they got here. Like,
No.
no
Unless
kids
they're really
narrate.
regretting their choices.
Yeah, unless they're regretting their choices, yeah. But even
How
then,
did
they're not
I
gonna
end
be.
up in the maximum detention prison facility?
No, even if they are sitting there in class regretting their choices because they're now in class and it's boring, it's not going to be like, well, it all started 7 years ago when my entire family was executed for treason. Like, no
My
kid's going to
laptop
be like
snapped
that.
turned upside down.
They're going to be more like, why did I let Rias convince me this was a good idea? They're going to skip, like, all of those years. They're going to, sloosh and round, go around to the important parts as far as they're concerned. They're not gonna fucking start at the beginning, explain their entire backstory to themselves for no fucking reason. The reason why I say he kind of gets away with it, it's kind of passable here. Self-indulgent female fan service with exposition? Yeah, pretty much. The reason why he kind of gets away with it here is because she's waking up from a nightmare and she's like going over everything to separate herself from the nightmare.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay,
Who does that?
fine.
It
Yeah,
just
like-
feels like just over too much. Like
Yes.
With all of the excessive fan service that DxD is known for.
yeah. Honestly, I
Look-
feel like that some of this would have been acceptable had it just been kind of cut a lot shorter, like a sort of mention of her her family was a bad relationship or something.
Well, I mean, see, here's the
Didn't
thing,
work
right?
out.
The problem here is that it's not narrative explaining, like, the self-insert's backstory and how he ended up in this position. It's Akeno's backstory of the canon that everyone should generally know if they're reading a DxD story already. So the author is taking all this time to re-explain stuff we should already know for a character the story isn't about.
Yep.
Yep.
And so it's kind of just like, alright, what's the point of this fucking chapter? I know what the point of the chapter is. They're trying to lead into, and this is Kiba, and this is Kiba's personality, and they're trying to show that Kiba was different from the very start, so it's not a case of, oh, they woke up as Kiba one day and they started acting different. It was, no, Kiba was like X from the start. That I'm calling that this is what the author is trying to lead into. But the fact that they're going about it in such a fan servicey, dramatic narrative way is just mid. It's probably why I muted the story. Because I was just like, Jesus Christ, they're not getting to the point. Join author's Discord of story I like. Rules. If you have a disagreement with someone, make sure they know. Don't heat up a situation because we all suffer in different ways.
Fuck off.
Press X to equip a name. Names are powerful, but you can only have one at a time. I mean, yeah, it's a reference to a lot of things, so, yeah, it's clever. My names are... What the absolute... What the
Who the
fuck is this?
Fuck is this?
Phoenix Dawn Artemis. My pronouns are Faye Fayer. My full name is Phoenix Artemis Dawn Cora.
Adora. Missed one. Cora Adora. Phoenix Artemis Dawn Cora Adora. Yes.
And one way or another, they're all tied to being eternal, regenerating, undying, reincarnating, or otherwise enduring. Concord got me good. I also try to fit 2 more nicknames into my full name. I got played by a fiddle by myself.
What?
That's okay. Meanwhile, me. Yeah, my name is, Gun. Radioactive toxic material. Nailed it.
What show is Phoenix talking about there with the bannable words?
What
Do you
do
have
you
an
mean?
idea how little that narrows it down?
My face when I find out a new Netflix cartoon? Oh. Yeah, I think it's a new Netflix one. Like, it's a Netflix produced one, obviously. I think it was a partnership with Crunchyroll again.
Oh god.
With Crunchy? So it's an anime.
Anime cartoon thing.
Do not like.
Yeah, well.
Do
Never
not
do.
like this Sam-I-Am. I do not
Troll
like the Phoenix
Hunters.
Companion.
Ah. Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
God, that looks awful. I just
Very
pulled that
much
up. That
so.
is so fucking... Oh my god, that is... It's like
Excuse you?
It's like an evil perversion of Pixar animation. It's like evil
Yeah, that's what it
Pixar.
sounds like. Read what he just wrote there.
From Guillermo? Oh, geez, I can't believe they tapped him to write such a fucking terrible show. That's disappointing. What do you mean it's ancient? Troll Hunters Rise of the Titans. Male pregnancy from kissing.
What?
This plot point was widely criticized due to its unexplainable nature and no context.
Amazing.
Really? Really? You don't fucking say. You don't say. They criticize it.
That's... Yeah.
Wow.
That's
that
horrible.
is-
God.
I'm surprised.
Now I
Who
know
could-
why I never heard of this show.
Because it's dog shit.
Yeah. Anyway, Akeno's fantasizing over Yuri moments. Blah
I mean,
blah
yeah,
blah.
that's canon. I'll give it that that's canon.
Okay, so Saul, the only boy of their house, sleeping shirtless with a frown, twitching eyes. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, so
Kiba
Kiba is
also
there.
has trauma.
Excuse you?
Oh my god!
That is That is something.
Those are words.
Oh
he
yeah,
has
that's
trauma.
right. Other people can have
Yeah, he
trauma
also
too.
has Right.
Other
it's
people have
possible for
feelings.
other people to have problems.
I
And-
could say so many things right now. I'm not. I won't. But I could.
Unleash, let it go.
No, no. She didn't know the specifics, but she did know experiments, Excalibur fragments, murders, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Stress, keep it relaxing. Holy shit! Who the fuck just shoots someone because they don't want to take a smoke of your blunt?
What?
Huh?
The thought
Hello?
may have sounded stupid and far-fetched to anyone else that heard it, but for me, who was shot because someone wanted me to take a puff and I rejected their blunt, it was just stupid.
Brother, that okay, this person played Cyberpunk 2077 and thought you could actually get shot if you refused drugs at the beginning.
Actually, I can actually quote a recent news story where this actually happened.
Yeah, not surprised.
I did not.
You also won't be surprised by the individuals involved.
Oh no. I want to be clear, when I'm saying that didn't happen, I'm going, "Oh, please God, don't be fucking serious."
It was usual suspects. Usual suspects could be here.
Wait a minute. Florida?
No.
Yeah, I know, sign, but it's a joke.
We all know. I think it was actually a Canadian story.
Poor Florida man gets such a bad rap.
Yeah, look, Florida man throws alligators through car windows, not
Florida man throws alligators over fences.
and through car windows. That was actually a crime, by the way. I was quoting an actual Florida man crime.
Oh,
they
that's
were,
an
they were,
actual Florida man crime.
yeah, they were running up to cars that were stopped on the road because of the red lights, and they were tossing baby gators into the car.
I think my
Based?
personal favorite was the
Florida
Florida
man.
man who went into a McDonald's, tried to do something, was told that they couldn't do that at the McDonald's, freaked out, stripped naked, covered himself in ketchup and mustard, and then proceeded to shove a table leg up his ass.
I think my
Yeah,
favorite
that's
one
Florida man thinks.
is the time the Florida woman tried to rob a Wendy's, I think it was. They tried to rob a Wendy's by pointing a juvenile alligator at the drive-through window.
Yes. Don't forget there was the Florida woman who was training attack squirrels.
Yes. Well, that actually
That
worked
sounds
though,
like a
so
Florida
I
thing.
mean,
I mean, it did. That doesn't change the fact that it was a Florida woman headline.
true.
That does
That's
sound like Florida.
amazing.
He shot me in the balls. Why would you shoot me in the balls first?
This is
Think. Num
Oh my
Blah
God.
blah blah. Sat on a fluffy cloud. Clouds. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah
Bro,
blah.
you were in a
Heaven
place
hell.
where you
Heaven
could do
hell.
a
Heaven
blunt.
hell.
You're
Hell
not
hell.
going.
hell,
You're not on a
hell.
fluffy cloud.
As the voice grew louder, I got to the large pearly gates in front of us. I narrowed my gaze before my eyes widened at the sight of the black man with a long gray beard standing in front of the gates of heaven.
Why
Oh,
would
wow,
you portray
it's-
Saint Peter as
It's St. Peter's black, apparently, now.
Oh, I thought they were going for Morgan Freeman as God.
No.
Morgan Freeman's beard wasn't long, and I'm sorry, Morgan Freeman did a damn good job as God.
He did. It was
I'm
good.
not saying he didn't. I'm saying I thought that's what they were going to go for. Because I was being like, all right, fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Morgan,
blah
I
blah
am not
blah.
Freeman.
Watched him easily tell people which direction they were
Be back in a
going
second.
before shaking my head As I realized that the smoking fucker had actually killed me, I was about to go bang me a MILF. Life is really fucked up, huh? Heaven, hell, heaven, oh, a silver soul. St. Peter asked as soon as I made my way to the front of the line, and I blinked slightly at his words as he hummed and leaned over. You attempted infidelity with the mother of your best friend's girlfriend while you were seeing your best friend's cousin, and his mother was still married. How do you plead? Would my answer help decide which direction I go? Still have cognitive abilities, eh? Suggests the soul transference has not been concluded and then cannot be allowed to either. Transmigration is proposed and accepted. Universe Draconis Deus alternate number 13948 AH has been chosen. Congratulations and good luck.
Okay, so you just spouted off a bunch of bullshit. Gotcha.
Okay. So I have a small issue here. I'm possibly the least Christian person in this podcast. And I'm kind of
Okay.
offended by this.
A little bit.
Of apparently the only thing that matters is his response to the last sin he committed.
The fact that he was conscious and aware enough to.
Well, yes,
it.
but here's the thing, though, right? Is it wouldn't matter, right? Because if you committed if you commit the sin, or you intend to commit the sin, and the only reason why you failed to commit the sin was because someone killed you before you could commit the sin, that doesn't somehow magically disappear.
No.
Just because you committed a new sin or you stopped committing sins. Like,
Yeah.
pretty much no interpretation of heaven operates off of it was only the last 10 minutes of your life that matters. If you commit as many sins as possible before then, you're fine. But as long as you were helping puppies in the last 10 minutes before you die. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter, or it shouldn't matter, which realm he ends up in, because he's already committed the sin. So what would it matter that his life isn't over yet? The sin was already committed. It would only matter if somehow those sins don't matter.
Yeah, it sounds kind of fucking retarded.
So, like... well, we can't talk about those people, Phoenix.
Also, what's this silver soul nonsense? Was that a thing in DxD?
No.
No.
It's just some bullshit he made up to justify why his
Special
character
snowflake bullshit.
gets transmigrated instead of being sent to hell.
Yeah, it's his author's special snowflake bullshit.
That's only some denominations, LeMay. But I mean, either way, point being, if you really want to determine whether they belong in heaven or hell, why the fuck would you send them to DxD?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Yes, but here's the thing, right? Like, even in the modern day, there is countless cases of devils just going and forcefully recruiting successful humans.
Yes.
So, even if you don't get involved in the supernatural at all,
You could still get forcibly
and you're
recruited.
just a good dude who's helping people, and a devil sees you and they're like, man, you know what would really make my day? To sodomize this good person after I reincarnate him into slavery for eternal service to me. That
Yep.
would be great. And then that just happens to you, and it's like, okay, well, now you're a
You're kinda
devil,
fucked.
which means you're damned, which
Yep.
means that if you die, you're going to hell.
You go into hell.
So how exactly did this determine whether or not they belonged in heaven or hell?
It doesn't.
Exactly.
Just the author ass pulling.
Yeah. So it's yeah. This is why I this is why I muted the story. This now I'm remembering this exact moment. I read these lines and I was like, nope, ignored.
Don't blame you.
So anyway, he's rocketed down into DxD. Wait. So he is isekaiing as Kiba.
Yes.
So but what I'm saying is that he's not starting off as Kiba. He's isekaiing into Kiba.
Oh, body jacking. Yeah.
Which means the whole fucking preamble from Akeno meant nothing to the story. Had absolutely no relevance at all.
Author doesn't get to the point.
7.
Well, I mean, technically they get to the point halfway into the chapter where they're like, yeah, so guys, that previous 2,000 words of narrative buildup didn't fucking matter. I'm gonna spike the soul into Kiba now. It's like, oh, okay. That weed addict shot me. I guess I did survive that, huh? Question mark. Either I didn't survive and I'm in heaven, or I did survive and I'm in a hospital. Option 1 sounds good. I'd rather they just kill me if it was option 2. I do not have life insurance. Author is a retard. Blah blah blah. Raven black hair. Holy shit, her tits must make her back ache. I could hold them for her. No, that's too much sexual assault for my taste.
Really? Really? Really, author?
So now they're making sword jokes about his dick. Reincarnated. I get placed into a world of supernatural. Blah blah blah. First chapter of the Unholy Wolfery Rite. That's probably why I remember this story. It's probably not Harbinger of Ruin. I remember. It's probably the V1. That's right, guys. Mark off V2. Would have done it when they were children, but because I was already busy with my Issei out of character from point of view as him as child, I couldn't bring myself to write that again. That's when I had the bright idea just to reincarnate him into Kiba a month before Issei. I like that idea more. However, you will all note that there will be some differences in this story, and you'll just have to see. Also, I'm going to be writing lots of porn into the story. Go visit my Patreon.
Author has Patreon.
Author mentions Patreon.
Hooray.
Alright, so let's see what we got here. We got V2. Unannounced point of view change. We got Patreon. Who knows nothing. No, they didn't go super off script. So I'll let them win that.
Most unfortunate.
Yeah. I will say okay, buddy. Because this was an okay, buddy story. St.
Okay,
Peter's
buddy.
Black also is a computer. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, he did that very NPC feel to him.
Okay, buddy. All right, next story. Let's go. Oh, this is going to be terrible. The Icy Citry by probably a female author. Yes, a female author. After surviving the horrific incident as a child, self-insert female author Citry, younger brother... Oh, maybe not a female author. Maybe a bottom bitch male author.
Oof.
Surviving a horrific incident as a child, self-insert Citry, younger brother of Serafal and Sona Citry, resolves to grow to become powerful devils, save others so they don't have to go through what he did. Gentlemen, I think we're about to get some childhood trauma dumping.
But hang on.
And some edge.
If you were a Citry, not only were you born as one of the most elite and wealthy in the entire devil community.
Yeah.
One of the most respected pillar families, but your direct older sibling is the Leviathan. No one's going to fuck with you. You would be exactly as privileged.
No, but they will
as
fuck him.
Rias and Sona. Consensually, no one's going to do it in such a way that would make Sona turn their nuts into an icicle.
You mean Sona?
Serafal.
I'm Serafal. Sorry.
Somehow, with only 7 chapters and 60k words, this story has accumulated 200 favorites, but it has accumulated 300 reviews. Which...
That's a pretty high ratio.
Not a good ratio. Okay, no. It is a male author story. My apologies to everyone. The author is giving the main character a massive harem.
There we go.
Amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of guest reviews. A lot of guest reviews.
I wonder how many people are using to like multi-post or something.
I really love this story. This is such a great story so far. An amazing story. Such a good story. Dimension Loss is a great Longius for him to use. Lots of creative uses for him to use the Dimension Loss Longius with. A really good story. It's really creative and new.
He can't get the Longius unless he's a half-deck.
Yeah, well, fuck you. He does.
Yeah, you can get an artificial Longinus. But those
okay, so
rare
it
and
looks
yet to
like
be
a
invented.
large number of the reviews here are all harem requests, because apparently around chapter 5 or so, the author asked them, what harem members would you like them to have? And we're looking at...
Instant replies.
Well, not only instant replies, we're looking at, like, harems, like, 10 people large.
Yep,
Oh,
that's about average. Actually, no, that's small for DxD. That is.
I mean,
small for
A, it is
DxD.
small for DxD, but B, I gotta ask people a question here.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck is so hard for places to understand about size 9.5 in a goddamn shoe? I went,
What?
I tried on some shoes at my local Kohl's, and I found the shoes that I liked. Oh, but they were very expensive. I found them for about $30 cheaper on Amazon. Cool, great. I've tried this shoe on. I know it fits. I know I like it. We'll just order it from Amazon and save $30 and miss a few days, right?
No.
Twice these motherfuckers have sent me 9 instead of 9.5. And I promise you, I can feel the difference.
Yeah, you may have to order 10.
Yeah, look, you never order shoes online.
I've had pretty good
I have
experiences with them.
never had good experience with online shoes.
To be clear,
Never have.
like I said, I've tried the shoe on physically, and I was like, cool, I can save money.
Oh.
But no, they
Well,
can't get fucking 9.5 correct.
So, all right, what brand of shoes are you looking for? New Balance?
It's Asics.
I've never heard of them. All right.
What do you
they
mean?
have
Hang on.
a-
What do you mean?
What?
That's not like an uncommon brand.
Never heard of them.
A
So,
ASICS.
never heard of them.
Huh. Anyone else? Has anyone else heard this brand? I'm not insane.
Nope. Never heard of them.
All right, I guess I'm
What
insane.
brand?
All right, carry on.
What brand?
Asics, the shoe.
I think I've heard of them.
All right. Anyway, so go ahead, Sign. Sorry.
You may have to order like a 9.5D for them to actually send the actual 9.5 that you need. Like I was having that problem occasionally with New Balance shoes. If I
See,
didn't
it's rough for
specifically
me
order the D.
because
I
my shoe is 12 wide.
The D is the wide modifier.
Sorry.
Yes.
And no one fucking like I order 12 wide so often, and no that's what I'm talking about. The online stuff never fucking works for me because I'll get like 11 narrows and shit like that instead. It's like, no, I need the wides.
Where the fuck are you ordering from that they're sending you narrows?
Amazon, Carhartt, Shoeless.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so all that suffice to say, God damn it, I'm just trying to get a pair of shoes. Like I'm just trying to get a pair of shoes.
Now, don't break out the Italian accent. You may make them think you may send somebody to break their knees. To have a talk with them.
Ah, maybe. But yeah, it's just at this point I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. Because here's the thing, I'm trying to get a pair of fucking shoes before I go to Universal. Because listen, I'm going to Universal on the 30th. Super Mario World's opening on the 22nd. So I guess if anybody on this podcast really fucking hates me, if you can track my ass down at Universal, hey, you earned it. I won't fight back.
Anyway,
That's
running as
cool,
fast
man.
as she could, a young girl was being bombarded by deadly attacks that came at her like wild waves. Bullets of light, swords of light, girl managed to dodge and weave through the attacks. You won't escape, Exorcist called out. We have to stop you, another called with swing of sword. The small girl turned her hand back toward her enemies and unleashed violent torrent of demon power. The bombardment of destructive power was able to rain, wrong version of rain, down onto the enemies and causing their bodies to begin the collapsing. Damn, she still has this much left. She dangerous for a little girl. The young girl didn't stop the attacks, using all of the power she held within her body. However, almost skipped a word there. That could have been bad. However, a middle-aged, black-haired man dressed in priest clothes stepped up.
Jesus Christ, Sticky.
Oh no!
I was like, what could have been so bad?
And brought out an elegant blade, radiating a heavy aura of holy energy flowing endlessly through the beautiful blade itself. All sinful devils shall be punished. The man swings the sword down, unleashes devastating holy power. Holy energy of the attack erupted the ground in huge blasts. The girl felt the shock waves sending her skidding backwards. Trees all around her breaking apart from the attack, forcing her to try and defend herself, but she smashed into tree before she could fully steady herself. Feeling a little winded from the attack.
A little winded, really?
You smashed into a fucking tree.
Well, no, that's just
just-
DXD.
just a
That's
scratch.
normal. Yeah, that is literally just a scratch in DXD.
It's
It's
just
a
a
wild
mere
card
scratch.
situation.
Shadow, you might want to add some of the rules I have on the announcements. I think, yeah, it's up in announcements, right? So, I had to... This is a overtime edited list of rules because apparently I had to clarify certain statements about what this Discord is for. It's crazy what I had to clarify.
For this.
For this
Oh, yeah.
Discord. Yes. We had some very interesting things from people coming in and thinking they could just start posting whatever the fuck. And I was like, oh, no.
Listen, we didn't used to have a fucking set of rules because people weren't fucking idiots.
Yeah, and then people were fucking idiots, and I had to start posting rules, and I had to start updating the rule set of like, hey, don't just post porn in the general chat. Okay, thanks. Not even like anime porn, just straight porn.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. It was just
The real moment of could you not?
like, at least if it was like, maybe if it was anime porn, I could have been like, okay, yeah, sure, fine, you're a fucking weirdo. And you think this is some kind of anime haven. Fine, sure, whatever. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, see, Phoenix, I have that. I had to put that rule in specifically because we had some people coming in at the start who, they didn't want to talk about writing. They just wanted to use the Discord as a platform for their politics and get into fights with everyone.
And we're like, listen, there is a poll channel. Feel free to sit in the poll channel. Do not bring it up in any other channel. Unless it happens to be immediately relevant to the discussion. And even then, if it stays there for more than like 5 exchanges, get in the fucking poll channel.
Yeah, pretty much. But,
That's what we have
yeah.
sections for.
It used to be way worse back in the day. That's why we have all the sections and rules now. Because people couldn't, follow common courtesy. God forbid. But anyway, feeling a little winded from the attack, she pulls herself up. Pulls herself. Okay, I guess she fell over when she hit the tree. And looks to see large crater in the ground surrounding the exorcist that had attacked, so young girl fully get her to her feet as older man locks eyes with her. Well, I guess they have to have a Pokemon battle now.
Indeed.
Well, what a shame.
Yes. No matter where you go, I shall find you, little girl.
Hey,
that's
brother.
creepy.
Brother, you don't want to be saying it like that.
I have never let devil escape me before. I will not start now. Be prepared to vanish from this life, young girl. The exorcist man
Hang on, Sneaky,
named
I'm sorry. I can
Ewald.
imagine a great scene now, right? Take this garbage story, insert Nomake. Can you stop saying it like that? Could you just call her a devil?
Time out. Can you not phrase it that way?
Could you?
What?
Could you threaten me in a way that does not sound worse?
All of
call
the
her a
Inquisitors
faggot?
around here. Yeah, actually, man, look, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna agree with a devil here. You've been making it real weird, man. Listen, come on. We're Catholic priests. You can't go around saying you can't escape me,
We
young
have
boy.
a certain reputation.
Come on, man. Don't make it easy for him.
Be aware of these things these days.
The man named Ewald spoke harshly, readying his blade.
Oh my God, he's named Ewald. Oh my God.
Yes. The
Is
young girl.
is he gonna post the small child on his GeoCities page?
What the fuck? The young girl breathed in hair. So what, she like breathed so hard that her hair got sucked up her nose?
She inhaled her hair.
Bro, that is some.
Vacuum
is-
nostrils.
Mute for a minute.
Oh my god. True. All right, back at it. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Brushing the clumps of silver out of her eyes.
Silver.
Why is
Silver?
there silver in her eyes?
Her hair. Silver hair.
No, just silver. Clumps of silver. That's what it says here.
Yes.
The
but
fuck, a vampire just throws.
So she like inhales hair. She just like walks up to a giant pile of hair and just like, and then brushes the solid chunks of silver that are in her eyes for some reason. Maybe she's like, she's transmuting hair into silver through crying. I don't know.
she's not a phoenix.
Feeling her energies depleting, she thought she was gonna be caught for sure. I mean, you just
Feeling
said
her-
that she used up
Author,
all of her
I
energy.
do not like the way you are phrasing anything that is being said here.
Right.
Author may have a problem.
Her energy to
Author-
resist the priest is depleting.
Author, is there
Author?
something you'd like to tell us? Should we look at his computer?
The priest is expertly wielding his sword on the little girl.
God damn it!
Cease and desist.
Listen, Sneaky ain't even the one doing it at this point.
It's making great impacts and cratering the ground when the priest wields his sword upon the little girl.
Mm.
Prepare the Dante clip.
Ewald in German means powerful in law. Yeah, we yeah.
We
know.
know.
It's just we're just
What?
There is a reason
Did I
at
come
the
back to?
beginning. There is a reason at the beginning I said, "Oh my God, he's named Ewald."
the author is, we believe, we're hoping, we're praying, English second language, and is not
Alternately
quite understanding.
Either way, either would be good.
But yeah, so I mean, just, it's that's when suddenly large sheets of ice flow from sky, sweeping up exorcists. Huh? Freezing them in blocks of crystalline, beautiful blue-white. Ewald saw a sheet of ice threatening to swallow him up whole, so he took his holy sword and swung it against the ice, shattering the ice attack before it captured him. But he looked
Bro, that's
to
gotta
his
hurt.
ally. I know, right? And saw them all suspended in the ice, alive but unable to move. His eyes went to the devil girl, seeing her already running away. No, he went to move. When his feet froze to the ground, I demand to know who is attacking. Demand from your enemy when you wander into their territory is quite bold of you, exorcist San.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Ewald
Hey,
looked
we got
up, saw
honorifics.
young boy, looked around 11 years old. His raven black hair locks flowed down past his neck. His bangs sweeping to right-hand side. His radiant blue eyes shining like peaks of light from the trees. What?
What?
Yet I closed my page. We had orbs. We had orbs.
As
Shift
beautiful
T.
mist of ice particles surrounded his hand and upper body. He had a cute face.
Hey, why,
Arthur?
Catholic priest, you,
That's something you'd like to tell us?
The Catholic priest is describing the young boy as cute
That's cute.
while wielding his holy sword against him.
And the little girl.
No, the little girl ran away.
Oh, the little girl ran away.
Yes. Who
valiant
uses that
young
name?
boy is the cute, valiant young boy is slowing down the Catholic priest so the young girl can escape.
True.
Oh, it's his ass. on the
Something
line.
about his blue eyes
Sign!
displayed a battle-hardened look in them that contrasted his cute appearance in Ewald's eyes. Okay, so this isn't just
Ewald's
narrative.
eyes is-
Yeah, this is not
Okay.
narrative getting away from the author. The author is straight up saying that the
He's-
Catholic
oh,
priest is
Catholic priest
describing the
as
child
cute.
as a cute boy.
No, author. No.
You can't
Stop.
make this shit up.
Not beating the allegations today.
I don't think he's trying. I think he's. I think
Man
he's
is
encouraging you.
publishing them.
Man's publishing the
There's
allegation.
only one thing he's beaten today.
True, the holy sword. Looked more intimidating. Someone so unassuming had disabled his movements with ice. You are, Ewald spoke. Usually it's polite to introduce yourself before barking out demands. The boy leaps down, glancing in the girl's direction. Apparently they multiplied. I don't know your intentions with that young girl. He wants to pierce her with his holy sword, of course.
Of course, he's made it abundantly clear. The small child will not escape him. He is a Catholic priest, and he has never failed to hunt down small children that have run away from him.
True. That is what he said. But while she's in the land of Citri, she falls under my territory. Exorcists such as yourself have no authority here.
That's
Man,
not how that fucking
imagine
works.
being an exorcist and you're just like chasing after someone and then suddenly a demon shows up and they're like, "Be gone, exorcist! You have no power
No
here.
power here.
I will now quote the Bible at you to make you leave."
Like, hold on a minute now. I think we've got
You
this a
see,
little backwards.
the only reason it works is because he begins quoting the Gen Z Bible at him, and the priest
No,
writhes
he's quoting
in
the
pain.
no.
Well,
Clearly,
right
he's
in
quoting the
anger.
New King James version.
Ah, yes, of course. The most heinous of the King James passages. Have you tried not diddling small children? No! No!
I'm melting.
We don't want.
Heresy.
I don't know your intentions with that young girl, blah, 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 blah. Citri, so you're, yes, I see. You are Mao Seraphal's sibling, if I recall. You are Sokka Citri. Sakai points to himself. I'm famous in the church. Cool.
I'm sorry, I know it's Saki, but Sakai. I'm just imagining a one-eyed fucking sock puppet staring this man down.
True.
God damn it.
His voice was playful. No, that's substitute. That's what. Used illusion substitute. It's just a fucking sock puppet floating there.
I'm sorry. Talking back to a Catholic priest with a literal sock puppet.
God damn it.
The ultimate
Listen.
familiar.
Listen, Catholics aren't real Christians. They're
They
heretics.
can't hurt you.
No, they can
Oh
definitely
no,
hurt you.
no, they can definitely hurt you.
These
the
ones
Inquisition makes sure of
especially.
that.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Ewald focused on the boy, clutching his Excalibur tightly. Easy there, buddy. You might want to
Author.
let up on the grip.
Sneaky.
If you, Mr. Priest, if you hold on that tightly, you won't have the stamina to finish killing the small child.
No, he wants to impale the small child upon his Excalibur.
But that's what I'm saying. If he spends too much time and he grips too tightly while dealing with the small boy, he won't be able to finish the small girl.
True. Yes, you are
Listen,
quite
for whatever
interesting,
Twitch
Devil.
mod is
Young
desperately
but
trying to having to
strong.
listen to this is all a shit post and you fucking know it.
True. You are young but strong, young boy. However, that girl you're letting get away is someone I am hunting. I do not wish to cause strife with the Citries, but it is my mission to take that girl down. Sorry, she's off the table. You're gonna have to find someone else to fight. That's right, we're taking the young girl off the table from you
Yep.
hunting her with your holy sword.
She's committed to the. It's the mate.
God
Yes, the church going after a small little girl. The tax evasion crimes she's committed are too great.
True.
She's immortal. Okay, it's okay, officer. She's 500.
She's a 500-year-old devil.
That means 500 years of tax evasion. No wonder
Exactly.
No wonder the Inquisition hates her.
I don't care who you send. I'm not paying taxes.
Ewald
But Stein,
scowled.
what if Tanya is politely asking you to pay taxes as a good contributing citizen?
True.
Ah.
Do you
Are
have a
some kind of
connection
Tommy that doesn't pay
with
his
that
way?
creature? No. However, by your words and her actions of defending herself, she's hunted for simply existing. I am friendly with Gabriel-sama, so I will give you a chance to leave peacefully. Of course, yes, this young devil,
I
Who
will
is-
give you a chance.
who is apparently best friends with an archangel of the opposing side. Of course, obviously. He is giving you...
They meet for bridge every Wednesday.
True.
I
However, if you
mean,
choose to go against me, I shall freeze you. Ewald sharpened his focus and stared into the boy's bright blue eyes. Sakai stared right back. A few moments of staring shared between them. Ewald
What do you mean
ba-
shared between them?
Ewald
author, that
backed
sounds kinda
away,
funny.
shattering the ice on his feet and looking to his men and women. If you will be so kind as to unfreeze them, I will vacate the Citries' land. Sakai snaps his fingers and the ice shatters. They all drop to the floor, shivering madly at the immense cold they had been in. Goodbye now, Sakai waved. Ewald narrowed his brows and took off with his people. As he did, Sakai sighed and looked to where the girl was. She had vanished. Sakai wondered who girl was and why she felt like a dragon. Dragging these nuts on your face.
God damn it.
Surprise. 2 days passed and Sakai was in his home, casually laying on his stomach in living room, forming ice figurines of woman with beautiful angelic wings, and used his cold breath to cause her to spin around, chuckling lightly when feeling presence. Sona Nichan, I know you're here, he calls out singing. As he said it,
I or any
Nah-chan.
Nay-chan.
Why is there a German among all the Japanese? It's because the author's a
Just
weeaboo.
fuck off. Yes.
Which you can
literally.
go ahead and mark off. Weeb Japanese honorifics being used. Just keep in mind that when a devil uses weeb honorifics, it's cringe.
So,
Because they are saying them.
yes, but all right, when devils speak, it's universal language. They also
Right.
hear universal language.
Exactly.
Which means they are
means-
actively choosing to insert them.
Yes, so
Now-
that's what I'm saying, though, is that they are... you would hear it as older sister. Because that's what the translation is.
Now, hang on. In the devils in Japan doing it can be excused for doing it in Japan specifically because of, Japan.
No. Specifically, Rias and Sona are massive weeps.
Also, yes, Rias is a massive
Also,
I
they
don't know about
recruited a
Sona.
lot of peerage members from
from Japan.
Japan, and so them saying it is kind of just a reflexive thing.
It's specifically from watching their anime, they know.
No, quite literally, like it would just be them saying it. Like, as far as they're concerned, in their minds, they're still speaking Japanese. Like it's the devil's tongue is a magical thing, not a language thing. So it is
Yes.
magically translating what they're saying. So as far as they're thinking in Japanese and they're saying Japanese, but it's being magically translated to anyone else who doesn't speak Japanese as whatever they need to be translated to. So that's why a large portion of the devils for Rias and Sona are saying Japanese honorifics. But there is no reason to be saying Japanese honorifics as a non-Japanese person to another non-Japanese person, and you're both devils.
No, really not.
That would be like if you were a Japanese American who spoke Japanese and English, and you went up to another Japanese American who also spoke Japanese and English, and you did something and you wanted to apologize for it, that would be like seriously saying Gomenasari.
Gomenasai.
No, Gomenasari.
What the fuck?
Yes.
You just
That's what I'm
butchered.
That's
That's
what I'm
his
saying.
point,
That's my
Sai.
point. It's I'm speaking in a language that we both are speaking in, but I am going to arbitrarily add in another language that we both also know for no other point than to add it in there.
Which, to be clear, is not, if you're trying to do a bilingual thing, is not how bilingual works. I
No.
Well,
I
alright,
know.
so-
Sign. No, the way bilingual. Listen,
No.
I've hosted multiple exchange students. One of them is a good family friend. We were there for his wedding. We weren't there for the birth. We weren't literally there for the birth of his children, but we saw them about a day later.
Yeah.
I've seen the kids growing up. They speak English and they speak Portuguese.
Yeah.
And they will be in the middle of a sentence, mostly talking in English. Occasionally you'll get a word of Portuguese thrown in. Or other times they will turn to their Brazilian father and question him about a word in English using the Portuguese word, and their father will go, I don't remember either, which they will then turn to the American wife, and they'll ask her the question in Portuguese, and she'll be like, guys, you gotta slow down.
Yeah.
Because to be
You
like,
know,
no, she
and
does
yeah,
speak
that's
Portuguese.
it's a very common thing with people that do bilingual is if they depending on how and when they learn the language, there will be times where there's straight up just like English, 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 native language, English, English, English. Wait, hold on. What's that word?
Native
English.
language, native language, native language, and then they'll look at you and go, "What's the English word for native language?" And you'll look at them. I don't know.
I don't speak that. Yeah.
True. But what I was going to say was, no, Japanese is a bit weird like that. You know how America keeps mugging other languages for words.
Sure.
Japanese is kind of like that, but they've come out and said, look, if you're speaking Japanese, it's more authentically Japanese to use as many English loan words as you can rather than the Japanese word. Like Americans or others who go over and learn to speak Japanese, they'll use the Japanese and the natives will tell them, you can just use the English word there. We all use it. So,
yeah,
shit
as long
like that, they
as
will
no.
intentionally just throw
I
in
actually
English.
do remember hearing a story about that of where they're like, they asked in English, you know, like where's the nearest convenience store, and the person's like, and then they said with a Japanese accent how they
Conveni.
pronounce in English where is the convenience store, and they're like, oh yes, that way. And
Yeah,
it was just a
there's the
case
accent
of
too.
they need to Japaneseify the English words, and then the person's like, oh, I understand what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a funny thing. But yeah, so anyway, point being is that calling your sister name
Hey,
Nissan is calling them big sister Sona, but you're saying it in a different language than the one you're currently speaking. But you both speak both languages automatically. So you are quite literally just putting in Nason because you specifically want to use Nason and not Big Sister.
Yes. Because they're fucking dumb.
And yeah, no, I'm saying
weebs.
it correctly, Sign. This is one of the few times I'm actually pronouncing it correctly. It is, they did put Nason in, N-E-E.
Yeah, that's Nason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying!
You keep saying knee, Sneaky. You are
No!
not one of the knights who say
I've
knee.
been saying Nason the whole time!
You swap between them a couple times.
Well, I'm fucking with him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the point being
I-
is that it's just like...
Normally I'd say this is a non sequitur, but like these aren't characters who've lived in Japan, so it actually doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Sona... Well, I mean, depending on where the timeline is, Sona hasn't lived in Japan yet, so yeah, it really doesn't make sense at all,
Like,
unless they're
I'd
both...
normally be like, normally I'm all for leaving honorifics in if that's how the characters use them in the original stuff,
Yeah.
because honorifics don't always have a good one-to-one.
Oh, yeah,
Because
sure.
some has like
No.
4 meanings depending on context.
Yeah,
that aren't
San
all
has 4
interchangeable.
different meanings depending on how close they are to you in a relationship, their position on the hierarchy compared to you, and how long you've known them. It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Has something
fuck
like
you.
And of course, there's people who use honorifics a different way, like the Kun or Chan. It's like, okay, some people are weird and just refer to everyone younger than them with one or the other, and they don't
And then,
always
on
just
top of that,
flip
it
along
depends from
the
what.
line of male
Correct
to
me if I'm
female.
wrong here. On top of that, it's also formal san versus informal san, also
Yeah,
having
yes.
completely separate branch of meanings.
Yeah.
There's that too, yeah. And of course, some
There are levels to formality.
yeah,
I
it-
fucking hate it.
honorifics. Sometimes like I like the honorific system, and other times I'm like, on second thought, maybe I don't. Because of weird
Yeah,
shit.
it can get kind of weird.
No, I thought it was really funny because I was talking with so we have a client that does business with Japan, and the guy was Japanese. He was working in America. I was helping him with some computer issues, and his issue in this case was he was having some Outlook issues, and because he has loaded in the Japanese to English translator, and he has a bunch of copy-pasted phrases that he has to use. And he's like explaining to me the different levels of if he's talking to someone who's his superior or implied superior, and if it's going to be a formal greeting or an informal greeting, or if he's bringing bad news, he has to use a different formal greeting. And he's like, yeah, so the worst part is of these 30 different greetings I have saved to this Word document, they all translate in English to good morning.
Yeah.
Yay.
And I'm just like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I like sending English emails more.
This is why it's valuable.
Amazing.
Listen, this is why it's valuable to be the loud American.
Yeah.
Well, only Americans are allowed to be the loud American.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Listen, go provide value in a way that is unique
be the
by
loud
being
American.
yourself.
That's a stupid fucking idea.
Well, okay,
Don't
maybe
tell him to
not
do
you,
that.
but, you know, other people.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, I got a backup sign on this one. What the fuck are you on about, Shadow?
Hang on, what? I will accuse... Listen, Sign's gonna lose on a lot of allegations, but that ain't one of them.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
But yeah, so anyway, long diatribe short. I'm very irritated when people decide to throw that shit in there for no other reason than to be a weeb. Your skills in sensing, as he said it, a young girl with black hair akin to Sakai's own in bob cut, about a year or so older than him, came out of hiding from behind wall, pushing up her red-rimmed glasses. Your skills in sensing haven't dulled Sokka. I thought my stealth today would have been enough to hide my presence. Only Sona and Serafal ever called him Sokka instead of Sakai, showing how close they were.
Eh?
Meh.
I mean, okay.
Sure. Just sounds stupid to put it like that.
Yeah.
Like, you could say it's a pet name or something. I don't know. Just I feel like
What,
all that's redundant.
It's more of like I'm not gonna say it's more of a Japanese thing, because there's plenty of nicknaming going on in English, but in English it's more of a convenience thing rather than closeness thing. Like, people named Ronald being called Bob or Bobby. And it's not like, oh, I'm close, so I call him Bobby. It's just everyone calls him Bobby because that's easier to remember and or say than Ronald for people.
Bobby.
Or he just doesn't want to be called Ronald, and so everyone just calls him Bobby, and no one really knows when it started.
Damn it, Bobby.
I mean, that's a fair number of nicknames I've heard through my life, is that no one knows when they started getting called this, but everyone just does it now.
Yeah.
Sarah Ni-chan isn't here. You can relax. Sona's amused lips curled up ever so slightly. Need me bite the bullet, as it were, and give Sarah Ni-chan anything? Sona pulls in close, hand him some documents. If you could pass these on to One-chan Sama.
Oh.
I would
No,
be grateful.
That is Onate Shama.
I would myself, but just thinking about cuddles, it worries me, Sokka. Will do, I'll take one for the team. Sona cocked her eyebrow. Though while you're... Please don't talk about Cox, author. While you're here, I've been hearing you're on the trail of someone. Could you tell me more about individual? Are they dangerous? If so, then I won't allow them to do anything to you. Sakai smiles softly. Not worried about me, are you, Sona-ne-chan? And naturally, I am your One-sama, and I wish to make sure you're safe at all times, Sona said with big sister attitude that showed compassion she felt for younger brother. I'm all right, but girl isn't. I'm worried Ne-chan. A devil girl entered Citri territory in the human world 2 days ago, and now I'm trying to find her. I swear to God, if it's Fem... what the fuck's his name? The white dragon kid.
Valley?
Valley. If it's Fem Valley, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I don't think it's Valley.
Well, they said they smelled like a dragon, so...
It's either Fen Valley or Fen Issei, I assume.
I doubt it's Fem Issei because they're a devil.
I would say most people don't do that.
Devil girl entered blah blah blah. Now I got some guards on it. Since I've been able to pinpoint her potential locations based on space-time.
What?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
I'm having Sarah Ne-chan use her connections to those exorcists called off. You know, Gabriel Sama. But you know how she feels about her, so it's been difficult. As he said it, he produced map and showed it to Sona. Sona looked it over and nods single time. I see. Quite the investigation. I couldn't have done it better myself. No flaws at all. It seems you'll find her quite soon. You've drilled into me the importance of being mentally prepared for challenges. Plus, if I want to become rating game champ, I gotta have good head on my shoulders, right? Sona lightly smiled. Exactly. Sakai flashed his smile hops to his feet. I best go find Sarah Ne-chan. Wish me luck from the cringe Sona Ne-chan. Ah, yes, good luck and be careful. Sona watches him go and nods to herself, getting back to her duties. A small time later, standing on top of a mountain of ice and snow, a beautiful tied into twin-tail black-haired young woman wearing magical girl's outfit courageously faced down. Forces of evil were coming for them, flying all around them, marching up the mountains, all gunning for them. Next to her, young boy who looked around 11 years old, his exuberant smile immediately caught the little girl's eye, his raven locks falling down his shoulders. His bright blue eyes looking as if sparkling gems, his gentle look features becoming dazzling as the sun bathes his face. Look, magical boy Saka-chan, we got fight the enemies, protect the forces of good. Yes, Sarah-chan, let's fight the bad guys and unite. The pair, Seraphol and Sakai, both charge down the enemies. Flailing their hands left and right, beautiful ice ejects from their fingertips, waves of beautiful white ice surrounding them, slamming into enemies, frozen them upon contact, encasing them, then snapped their fingers, shattering the ice, causing wounds to appear on the bodies. The enemies is too strong, but no match for magical duo. Seraphol exclaimed, pulling out staff with star on the end. Magical boy Saka-chan, stand with me. Let's unleash our strongest ice, the frosty icicles of love. Sakai internally cringed, but shined his bright smile. Yes, Sarah-chan. Seraphol grabbed his hand as they raised their palms to the sky as veils of ice blast out from their connected hands. Fluttering icicles began to form, swirling all around them, looking beautiful in light of the sun peeking over the mountains. Then together they announcing, have this, they unleashed barrage of icicles, combating the enemies at same time. Ground enemies were stunned. Okay. They were
Stunted?
stunted. Yes, they were stunted. Just like I'm stunted by this fucking story.
Ugh.
A
By
fair reaction.
overwhelming ice attacks, the flying enemy's wings were pierced and blown away by sheer number of attacks, leaving pair of magical people in middle, surrounding.
As opposed to a
surrounded-
pair of French people?
Yes. Scene cut, the director yelled from the side. Sakai sighed happily as he looked over the set, seeing multiple people, cameraman and camera woman. Ah, yes, cameramen and camera women. Gotta make sure to mention that there's camera women here. Don't want to be non-inclusive of the profession of NPC camera handler.
That's fucking stupid. It's real fucking stupid.
Gotta make sure me, a devil, who is all about indulging in sin, is inclusive of the profession of cameraman.
Camera women.
Yes. All clapping Serafal and Sakai himself, along with blonde-haired girl with drill-like curls for twin tails, also clapped her hands over and over and over again. I'm a normie with DXD. How close is this story to canon?
It's not.
I mean, that really depends on what you're saying, how close. Is Serafal actually a magical girl role player? Yes.
Yes.
Does Serafal have a little brother? No. Is Sona Citri this, like, smug, walking person who appears out of stealth? No. Do exorcists randomly just give up chasing someone because a devil showed up and told them that was naughty? No.
Fuck no.
Are devils friendly with Gabriel? I mean, technically, Gabriel's friendly with everyone now, but no, you can't just be like, hey, Gabriel, go tell the exorcists they're naughty and to leave. Like, that's not a thing they can do in canon. So yeah, does Serafal run a magical girl show where she has her own set of people that film and edit it for her and then get posted on national television? Also, yes, that is canon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amusingly, that's very canon.
Yes, it's very funny.
To Sona's horror, that is
Yes.
canon. It is. She finds it very cringe.
Yay, thank you everyone. That's gonna be a good one for the season finale fight scene. Serafal showed grand smile as Sakai thanked the others and walked off to side to join the blonde. Here, the girl, Ravel, offered a towel.
Ravel.
Ravel. Sakai took it
Rutabaga.
with a thanks sing-song as he ran over his face. I thought finale was pretty well shot to get today. Sakai-sama, Ravel praised.
Oh my god.
Sakai gives amused smile, winking at young girl. Thank you, Ravel-chan. Though I see you're in thought, is there something going on, or did you want to cuddle with me? He sing-songed. Ravel, flushed heavily, began saying cuddle, but Serafal cut her off when she glomps her little brother, holding him close to her body. Saka-chan, you did great today. I'm so glad you joined my show. We're pulling in even more girls to see some cute adorable as you, Saka-chan. It was best move, wasn't it? Sakai adopted a small smile. I am surprised. I've been getting a few fans from different factions, but one who surprised me most was Gabriel Sama. She sends me fan letters. Okay, so they're saying that Gabriel
Lord.
in this story is a Shotokan.
Well, no, they just saying she watches his show. Unless I'm completely misinterpreting?
I mean, he's an opposing faction.
Yeah, but it's Gabriel.
Yes, but she's still intelligent enough to not just send letters. Because she'll know if it ever gets found out how it would look to everyone else.
Yeah, but it's
Not
Gabriel.
stupid.
She literally does not care. And
Um,
she's on the let's all have peace
she doesn't care
group.
for herself, but she does care how it would make other people and her faction look. Like, she's fine with people not thinking highly of her, but she wouldn't do something that would make them not think highly of her faction. She must really love my acting skills, Sarah Fall's face, blah blah blah, angelic monster corrupting my Sokka-chan into following her, oh you've been a bad angel, oh dear, Serenade-chan, you'll never be a place in my heart, Sokka-chan, you're so sweet, Serenade-chan, Gabriel-sama, blah blah blah, Quinn blah 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 blah, Steel blah 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 blah, no one fucking cares, evil pieces, peerage members, blah blah blah. You're adorable, blah blah blah. They're flirting with each other, blah blah blah, melting their clothes off each other. Blah blah blah. Don't worry about it. Lone girl, silver hair, devil scum. Blah blah blah. July and snowing. It's getting cold here. Demon boy shows up with ice. He saves the girl again. Stopping the exorcist. Blah blah blah. Girl watches in dazzlement as he totally solos them all in a very cool John Wick fashion. He approaches the young girl. Who are you? Blah blah blah. I'm cute. Yes, you're very cute. I can't trust anyone. Devils and humans, they're all the same. It doesn't matter what anyone says to me. I'm leaving. Don't bother me again. Why are you trying to help me? Because you're cute and you're bleeding, and I want to help cute bleeding women. Blah blah blah. Exorcists are coming. Blah blah blah. Come with me. Blah blah blah. Ice powers, Sakai, blah blah blah. I'm Sakai Citree, current Mal, blah blah blah. Sacred Gear, what's that? The power inside you. Ah, I fucking called it. It's Fem Valley.
Oh, god damn it.
That's cringe.
Yep, of course it's cringe. Yep, Valley Lucifer, yep, female Valley. Yep, you confirmed. Okay, blah 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 blah. He beats up more guys John Wick style with his ice daggers. Blah 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 blah. Beating up the exorcists again in another cool way. Blah blah blah. The girl sees him beat up the exorcist in a very cool way and falls in love with him instantly. All right. Well, that was a great chapter, everyone.
That was a waste of time.
Absolute waste of time. All right, so bad grammar. Go ahead and mark that off. We'll
Was
leave
there
it
an
there.
OCX canon?
Yeah, we can. I mean, not listed, but it's implied later on. So I mean, I guess yeah.
No walls of text tonight, sadly.
Yeah, shockingly. Oh, hey, here we go. DXD with a sign-in system. Boom.
No.
I'm sure this will be completely
Hang on.
stable. Yeah.
Let me check my stuff here. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. System.
Yeah.
Unlabeled crossover. Yes.
No.
No. All right. Female author.
Nope.
What? We didn't get wall of text.
Nope.
Sadly, no. Uh,
OC times canon.
mm,
That was that last
Yes. Yeah.
you know, as
one.
I
And we
said,
got
Oh,
okay,
definitely.
buddy.
I normally would
Yep.
defend these honorifics if it makes sense, but they didn't make sense this time around.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a V2?
We did have a
We
V2.
had that
Yes.
earlier.
We really had that earlier. Yep.
Out of character?
No.
Somehow.
Okay. And it
Well, they did that by not showing the characters.
wasn't one of them dark and edgy or
fair.
randomly abusive, either or.
No.
Oh.
No, we didn't have
I
that.
could've
That was the
sworn.
one thing we
Nope.
did not have, brother.
Shockingly, yeah.
Yeah. Did we have a cross post earlier? Or... I'm trying to remember how we got those.
No. It was a
no?
cross post, but it wasn't mentioned cross post. We only know it's a cross post because Killmonger said it was a cross post.
We also had Patreon, right?
We did have Patreon though. Yes.
Well, shit, I got a bunch of stuff, but no bingo. That
Exactly.
sucks.
Yeah. Well, this is our last story of the night, maybe, probably.
Hopefully.
Let's see here. Transmigrated into the DxD world. Hibari Kiyoya, average student, spent 18 years in the world fully aware of the dangers, knowing he was utterly powerless in a world of gods and monsters. Until one day, ding, sign-in system loaded. 134 chapters with 151,000 words, so roughly 1,000 words per chapter. 58 reviews in total, so only about one review every 2 chapters, and a total of 235 favorites, so the chapter number is very rapidly approaching the number of favorites. The author has been updating this over the past 4 months, so I would say it's a very good rate of chaptering, but probably want to cool your heels on the number of chapters being posted. Parents deceased and with money and a house, it really does fit my situation. This is ridiculous. I've been in world 18 years. Why hasn't my cheat appeared? Blah, blah, blah. I'm a dickweed. Blah, 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 blah. DXD. Blah, blah, blah. Kuo. Blah, blah, blah. The protagonist of the original story, Issei, is gone. Not only that, Saji hasn't become a devil yet either. Saji is attending academy normally. There's no trace of Issei ever existing. Butterfly effect, but when I went to find Issei's original mother to learn more, after her repeated confirmations, she insisted she did not have a son ever named Issei. Although the disappearance,
very weird.
although the well, I mean, see, that's the thing, right? Is it doesn't make much sense to go and confirm with her, because if something supernatural did go and kill her son, they could have just made her forget about him. And so going to her for
Yes.
confirmation is basically useless.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although the disappearance of this lecherous protagonist made me uneasy, plans in disarray, world of anime, Kuo Town, not to mention Fallen Angels, Fallen Angel Cadre, Destroy Kuo Town, blah blah blah, Pipe Dream, blah blah blah, Ordinary Student, Transmigrator like me, Ding ding, system loaded, blah blah blah, system only awakens when main storyline begins, the system 18 years late, answer my question honestly. You shitty system, you mean you've been here the whole time? I've been on edge, terrified. Very well then, sign in system, introduce yourself. The system's functions are as name suggests. By signing in every day, you can receive rewards. You can sign in at locations or complete system tasks to earn rewards. Sign-ins and tasks are graded from white to rainbow. Okay. System, I can't go around looking for people or places to sign in, right? My memory isn't perfect. I don't know anything. Do we have maps? If the sign-in system only allowed me to sign in at specific locations, that would be very limiting. I couldn't run around the whole world, could I? The system didn't answer me directly, but instead a map appeared. Even the screen displayed many maps where I could sign in, including Heaven and the Dimensional Gap. I zoomed in, Kuo Town, I saw many question mark sign-in locations. Literally, God, that would be the worst. You fucking isekai, you're in DXD of all places, and it's like, alright, your cheat just loaded. What's my cheat? An Ubisoft collectible system.
Oh.
Bruh, no.
Okay.
Oh.
Collect
I
all
mean-
300 feathers to unlock a power-up.
Oh.
Okay, now hang on a minute. I will give Ubisoft this. At least for the 300 feathers, that was a darn good power-up.
Well, sure, but I wouldn't really want to rely on that if that's my only source of powering up in this world.
Brother, if it's the only source you've got, take it.
Well,
Like-
sure. Wouldn't be happy about it. Hey, system, don't you have a newbie gift bag for me? I see other systems do it. Don't you have something for me, system? Ding.
What a
Congratulations.
fucking whiny little beggar.
The
Bro, I
system
want-
then gives us a ...
I want this
Ding.
system to be actively hostile.
I know, right?
I hate
Congratulate, like,
this.
and so many stories are like, oh, why is the system so hostile? It's like, I don't know, maybe because of fuckers like you.
Yeah, no, like, listen. I want there to be, like, a whiny little shit of a protagonist that the system's like, you know what?
I'm
You are
done
the
with your shit.
883rd piece of shit I have had to put up with.
Back to the
Fuck
knees.
you.
Today.
You know what? This is a shitty little universe, and you're a shitty little character that nobody cares about. You know what? Fuck you.
Perk
I'm hiding
gained.
your
Back to the
stats.
knees.
I'm hiding your stats. What do you mean? They're hidden. What are my stats? You don't know.
Fuck you. Everyone
Fuck
else
you, you don't know.
does.
Why don't you? You better go level up and find out what they are, punk.
Received newbie gift bag. Rainbow grade sign-in. That's right. Their newbie item is the best item in the game. Holy crap, system. You actually really did give me a rainbow grade sign-in bag. System,
No,
you're
okay.
amazing.
No. Listen. If they just give him a bunch of Pride merch, 10 out of 10.
Oh.
That'd be funny as fuck.
Oh.
Based on what I observed from the system screen earlier, the true red dragon god emperor only was a violet grade sign-in. I'm guessing the infinite dragon god is also only a violet gold sign-in as well. If I'm getting the rainbow grade sign-in, I'm definitely hitting the jackpot. What the fuck is a sign-in? Okay. I have to know what the fuck they're talking about when they say sign-in.
Sneaky, you remember playing Blue Archive and every time you logged in, it gave you a sign-in bonus?
No, I know what a sign-in bonus is. I'm just really confused how him visiting Big Red somehow counts as a sign-in. Well, it would be easier to say in English, feat system or something like that, because meeting Big Red is a feat, getting into heaven is a feat, not just like, oh, it's Tuesday, better go sign into the heaven location for my daily heaven reward. Like, if it's that, then fine, sign in. But if it's just like, oh, he has to go here and do this thing, it's like, that's a feat, not a sign in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The wording is shit.
Anyway, so he touches the rainbow bag. Blah, blah, blah. Ding, congratulations. You have obtained the soul of one of the 4 symbols, the Azure Dragon. It's a world dragon Kuma from Modaji Tachi. On the Versus Battle Wiki, it's classified as a 2C multiversal being. Alright,
What?
so go ahead and mark down Wiki as well. And unlabeled crossover.
Wiki. Label crossover. We don't have angst or original fiction, do we?
No. Also, random omnipotent being.
God damn it.
Host, do you wish to merge with the soul of the Azure Dragon? All right. Also, unnaturally lucky. Whatever we have down for the lucky one. Also, go ahead and mark that one down as well if you have that. Because it's, oh, you just got the best item in the fucking game. God tier soul fusion dragon soul. The Azure Dragon's Phantom spanned the entirety of the DXD world. No matter where you were, you could clearly see the Azure Dragon Phantom. Even the Great Red could understand the intimidating power of the Dragon Phantom. The Azure Dragon was that strong. Alright, so literally everyone views him with terror now.
Which part of this were we marking off on the bingo card?
Unnaturally lucky, random omnipotent being, system, also fuck it, this gave me cancer. Like,
rare times we get that. I don't have okay buddy or this gave me cancer, but you said both. This upsets me greatly.
like,
Let's see.
bro literally gets a, air quotes, newbie gift by bitching to the system. And the newbie gift is a soul power-up so strong, he's already stronger than everything else in the setting.
That's a little bonkers.
Yeah.
Just a little.
So what's the point of the sign-in system then? Like, what's the point of him doing the game system anymore now that he is stronger than everything in the setting?
How did this is the second time we've had a DXD gamer system where the character starts stronger than the strongest being.
Yeah.
Because people are stupid.
Like the one that's like, you're starting at level 1. By the way, your stats are only a little bit better than the Great Red, so good luck.
Only a little.
Here then, if it's better.
This is so fucking terrible.
By the way, did we ever have an author's barely disguised fetish tonight?
We have not.
Surprising.
Okay.
Well, unless the entire thing with the Catholic priest counts.
By far.
Well,
no, that was just for funny.
Yeah, I know.
God
By far, the worst thing I have read tonight.
And speaking of things you've read tonight.
Yeah?
Time to stop. Don't do it to yourself, Sneaky. Don't queue up more slop.
Don't do it to us.
Let's do the Crimson Flesh. Because, guys, I think this is author's barely disguised fetish.
Yeah? Why?
Yeah. Crimson Flash. A soul found itself isekaiing into Rias the moment she was born. This event marked not just a birth, but the arrival of a menace to the high school DXD storyline. Follow Rias, inhabited by this unique soul as she navigates the supernatural world. Observe how her actions cause ripples, turning her into a valuable ally and dangerous threat. So, if this author is either going to be A, male, writing a story about their fetish, or B, female author syndrome.
We haven't had Don't Read yet, have we?
We have not.
We have not had that in a very long time.
Surprising.
Shockingly, their author's profile gives us nothing, as all we have to work with is their bio, which reads, "A god resides here."
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. As Death times OC. We got gamer stories. A lot of romance stories. So this might be a female author story, but it is also a lot of male romance. Natsu times various females. So it's starting to look like this might be a male author instead. Yeah, this is a lot of Natsu times every female. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the angst drama. Okay, so it's probably a young guy. I would say, let's see, when did they join Fanfiction? 2015. That would make them 23 now. Yeah. Yeah, I can see this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a early 20s male author, which does in fact make this story of theirs author's barely disguised fetish.
Oh, we're just gonna mark that down.
Yeah. Girl bossing, girl bossedly.
Girl
Blah
bossed,
blah
girl bossingly.
blah. She girl bossed, girl bossingly. Blah 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 blah. Everyone looked upon her with envy and lust. Blah blah blah. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. She's super smart and super tactical and super powerful, and she girl bosses girl bossingly everywhere. Uh-huh. Yep, okay.
Author.
Yep, so nothing really else going on in the story besides author's barely disguised fetish. So that is where we will call it tonight, gentlemen. So close to bingo in so many ways, but we have yet to break the curse. So we will see you next time
The
on
curse
Friday,
remains. It grows
because there
stronger.
is always more, and it does